So I figured I'd do another vlog style video today. I didn't get a chance to fly. This is the last good flying day for quite a while. So I needed to get something out here for you guys who subscribe. I won't really post this on any forums or anything. Feel free to share if you want. But I figured I'd introduce you a little bit to the family and show you the computer suite that I'm using here in the house. You already saw, if you looked at the last vlog, what I was using for mobile while I was at work in Virginia. But here's a little bit of the home setup. Exactly, this is Nate, and that's Charlotte, and Emily, and Kate, and Samson the dog. We've got a cat, and my wife. So that's us. We're gonna give you a tour of this room here. This is my main editing area when I'm actually at the house. And I've got the computer set here. I'm just downloading Vegas Studio. Remember I said I just bought that while I was gone. So putting it on this computer. I was using GoPro Studio. You can see it down there, I think. Here's the new mic that we got. A CAD, USB, CAD, something or other. Good price on Amazon, works pretty good. There's the piano. I got that hooked to the computer if on occasions I play a song. So we've got the Thermaltake case here. It's got a Intel i7 3770K. It's overclocked a bit, water cooled, 16 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 980 Ti. This guy here, the Zotac Amp Extreme, used to be the fastest 980 Ti out. I guess it's still the fastest 980 Ti, but that was when there was nothing bigger. So it still does pretty good to complement the curved ultra-wide screen here. You see how that's kind of curved, and really gives you a lot of workspace. Plus, if you're doing flight sims or anything like that, it gives you a really nice long screen, and you can impose artificial crosshairs on things. It's the same as the Acer Predator model, but it's not labeled as the Predator. It's the AMD version, which does FreeSync instead of. Got my homage to Star Wars going on, and do a little bit of flight sim. Got it tucked down there for now. And here's some ham radio set up. I like to do ham radio as well. Remember I said I'm a hobby guy. So we can do some shortwave stuff here, if it'll turn on. There we go. So we got ham radio going on in here. And so that's pretty much it. Just want to give you guys some updates. I didn't have time to get up today. It's the day before Valentine's Day, and was in work late and had to go to the store to get my Valentine's stuff, and it just didn't work out. But today was the last good day for the next week or so, and I haven't given you guys a video in a while because I was kind of on the move from Virginia back to Memphis. So got a new intro you saw there, and hopefully you enjoyed that. I'll try to spice up the intros every now and then. But I figured I'd give you a few updates on the old Air Conception 130 here. Some things I haven't really gone into super detail is I put these marker lights on here. They're not required, of course, but hey, kind of look like an airplane, right? I think that's pretty cool. And then my strobes that are not officially FAA rated, but better than nothing and kind of meets the purpose. Those guys there. They can be seen in the desk pretty good. And if you look at the FAA certified strobe, it's pretty pathetic. The one that's for the emergency use out of like a Sporty's Pilot Shop catalog or something like that. So it's kind of crappy. So anyway, did that, and also I did a few other things over here. I had to turn it around because it's too dark on the other side. But one thing I got here was my dad bought me this aluminum stand. It's pretty nice. He's got one that's similar. You can fit it kind of anywhere, and put your motor on it when you're picnicking or sitting around for a while so it's not laying on the ground. Easier to strap in. Also, I went ahead and marked my tank. Let's see if you can see that there. I've got one down here, 2 up there, 3 there. I thought my tank was more, or had more capacity, but I went ahead and emptied all the fuel into a gas can and then put 1 gallon at a time back in. So it looks like I got just over 3 gallons. Maybe that's why the Air Conception 130 is so light. So I put a few markings around each side so I can note it obviously and have a good understanding of what I've got in there. Also, we've got these fins on here, the anti-torque fins. They seem to do a pretty good job. This motor doesn't have that much torque, so it's not as bad as some of the bigger motors, but it had a little bit of harsh right turn to it, hard to turn left on power. I can pretty much make a regular left turn, slightly degraded, but pretty good. I haven't tried the Scout. My dad's got a Scout, and I would like to try that at some point. It looks like he makes turns to the left under power with no issue at all. So that'll be neat to try. Another thing I had to do was, I don't know if you guys had looked in my old videos, but anytime I'd let off the throttle after a good climb, I kind of had a low idle, and also whenever I'd start it for the first time. So I was reading in the manual that you can turn in on the low screw just a little bit and bring up the idle so it wouldn't have a tendency to die after long stints of getting hot. So I did that. You can't really see it, but it was one of these screws down in here. I went ahead and tweaked that a little bit, just gave it a quarter turn was all I needed, not much. So I'm going to keep an eye on the spark plug here and make sure that she doesn't look any worse. But under throttle it should be no change. So I think that's about it. In other news, I don't know if you guys like motorcycles. Here's my CBR 650 2016. I kind of made it for touring. Got cruise control, heated grips, larger windshield, got knobby tires on there. Don't know if you can see that. So you can do a little gravel road riding, whatnot. Not the fastest thing in the world, but pretty fun. Anyway, see you guys later.